Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah. Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers. I'm in strange surroundings today. I'm actually in my office. I have had issues with one of my laptops, so I've had to take it into the office to get repaired. And I just want to show you something, guys. This is the office that is usually packed. If you don't get into the office before 9 o'clock, you don't get a seat, and this is what it looks like. Let me show you. You can see totally empty office that I'm working in today. Hopefully the guy's going to fix my laptop in a few minutes, so I should be able to head back home. So it was quite novel coming into the office after nearly 6 or 7 months out. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about work. I'm here to do a video on do a match review of our 0-0 draw yesterday against Sevilla. Before I get into the video, guys, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications so you'll be notified every time we make a new video. So there's no pleasing some people. It's just ridiculous. We played Southampton on Saturday. We drew 0-0, and what we got from a lot of the fan base was Frank can't defend. You know, we need to change a coach because our defending's shocking. Our defence have always been shocking, and it's okay, maybe some individual mistakes, but a lot of it's down to Frank Lampard and the way that he sets up the team. So yesterday we get a 0-0 draw, and people are with an excellent, outstanding defensive performance. Oh, we can't attack, we're not good. How dare we not beat Sevilla? How dare we not beat the team who won the Europa Cup, who gave Bayern Munich a fantastic game in the Super Cup, and had it not been for Neuer, who made a brilliant save right at the death, they would have beaten what some pundits claim to be one of the best teams, or if not the best team in European football at the moment. They would have beaten them, but yet because people are so, I don't know, ignorant about Spanish football, they just think that life doesn't exist outside of Barcelona or Real Madrid, and that we should be turning over teams like Sevilla. Come on, Sevilla are a good team. They're a well-drilled team, very organised team, great attacking team as well. So, and they are, one I might add, in pot 1, we're in pot 2, so they should, on paper, they should be the favourites to top the group, because everyone from pot 1 are usually the favourites to top the group. So to be belittling our performance against a very good European side, I think that's arrogance for me. And you know what, everyone's, we're just, because we spent £200 million on new players, everyone expects it to click straight away. They're not giving them any bedding in time. Yesterday, I might add, was the first time that Lampard was able to field all of his 6 new signings. And we're 6 games in, is it 6, 7 games? No, in all competitions, what is it, 8 games in? And this is the first time that he's able to play all 6 of them. And it wasn't even for 90 minutes, because obviously Ziyech came on in the second half. So we just need to have a bit of a reality check, guys. And I'm kind of thinking it's lots of agendas at play here, and it's nothing to do with the team and the performances, to do with Frank Lampard. And a lot of the agendas, I think, are still people going back to the time of Sarri and not wanting him to leave the club. And so a lot of people were against Frank from the get-go. So I'm saying I'm not I keep saying, guys, I like Frank Lampard, yes, there's no denying that, but I'm gonna judge him on performances over the course of the season. I'm gonna be patient with him and give him time. I'm not gonna be one of these reaction supporters who, because it hasn't clicked from not even 10 games in for the season, and people are calling for his head. No. If things haven't changed, 20 games in, 30 games in, we're still having issues and problems, then maybe you can start asking questions, but it's too early now. It's just like when Sarri was here, I gave him time. It was just when he started just to be doing the same substitutions, the same formations, and he was too stubborn to change, then that's when you started to question his abilities. One thing I might say about Frank, though, that does need addressing, because as I said, I'm quite fair-minded both ways, is insistence on playing Mason Mount out of position, and that's affecting the team. I addressed this when I did my match review against in the last game that we played against Southampton, and this is the same issue that I'm addressing now. Putting him out on the right wing on the left wing is doing the side no favours. We looked a bit imbalanced, and quite a few people have pointed out that when we have Pulisic likes to come in when he's on that right hand side. Havertz likes to play out a bit wider, so they're getting in each other's way sometimes, and we're not consistent. We don't look cohesive as a unit when that happens. And what he's also doing is taking Pulisic away from his favoured position. As you can see in yesterday's game, when we moved Pulisic from
right to left,
then we did look a lot better. Pulisic looked more comfortable. He was taking players on, and that's the only time we kind of troubled Sevilla throughout the match. But what was baffling to me was after that was working for us, he changed it again, and Pulisic went back to the right. I just didn't understand that, because I just kept it as it was. So for me, that is it for me. So if you are going to play Mason Mount, you need to play him in a 4-3-3 formation, I think, with two number 8s, one holder and two number 8s. And yeah, so for me, in a 4-2-3-1 formation, it doesn't work shoehorning him into a wing position, because I think that takes away from what he's good at. It imbalances the team. Yeah, so for me, that's what Frank needs to improve on, that aspect of his management. But yesterday, going back to our defensive performance, fantastic defensive performance throughout, and it's no coincidence, guys, when you have Mendy and Silva in that team, then our defence goes from a 4 to a 9 straight away. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Sometimes it's just personnel. A lot of people are blaming the manager. Sometimes it's just personnel. Having the right personnel in there can make a world of difference. We've sorted out the left-hand side, as you can see with Ben Chilwell. There was one part what Ben Chilwell did that I thought, wow, defensively. First of all, I was critical. I was saying, why is he not going out to his man? But then I saw it again. It was a 2-on-1 situation with him, and what he did, he got into a fantastic position. So he's kind of blocking out the passing lane, and he was making the attacker trying to make a decision rather than committing. If he had committed too early, then the attacking player's got an easy pass to the guy out on the left, and he's got a clear run on goal. But he's positioned himself between the passing lane, and that way it slowed up the attack, and in the end the attack came to nothing. That's what I like to see. I don't want to see that reactionary defending from what we get from Alonso, and also the reactionary defending from Palmieri, Emerson. So when you have got a defender, it's decent and great in the air as well with him. So when you've got a good defender, then you sort of realise what you've been missing for all these weeks. It's Thiago Silva as well. Positionally, fantastic. I'm hoping that the likes of Christensen, Zuma and the others can learn from him. You know, what he did, he just knows, he's like a magnet. He knows where the ball is going to come. There's a couple of dangerous crosses they put in, but he was there to head it away at the right time. That's what I'm saying. These guys need to look at the position. Some of the positions that our defenders take up when he's not playing is baffling, and that's what causes all the mistakes in the first place. Sometimes, a lot of times we're focusing on the individual errors, but if we look at it as a whole, if we look at just the positions that they take up and everything else, that leaves us. I was critical. The first goal, I was critical of Havertz when we played Southampton, but in my critique of Havertz, I forgot to mention how Zuma and Christensen, they were too far apart. So it was like part in the Red Sea to let Danny Ings go in. Zuma didn't react straight away. Christensen wasn't reactive, and that's why he had that easy shot on goal. But you know, when you've got someone who can organise the back line like Thiago Silva does, then we nullify the attacking instincts of the other teams. Because it's no coincidence that against Crystal Palace, against Sevilla, they didn't look that dangerous. Kepa had to make Edouard Mendy had to make probably one decent save, and all the rest were kind of routine for him. And going to Edouard Mendy, he brings that calm assurance to the back line as well, and he's just, his positions, the way he takes it up, and the way he's sort of sometimes not afraid to go long with his passing, and he's as I said, the defence looks so much calmer with him at the back. And the other thing I like to say, jumping back to Silva as well, is the way that I think Saturday Frank Lampard said we didn't manage the game properly. We were trying to be too brave in defence and trying to play the ball out when he told them to go long. You saw yesterday Silva instructing them sometimes, go longer, push up. And so that made us, as I said, we weren't vulnerable in the defensive areas. So it's a work in progress, so we're not a cohesive unit yet, because sometimes the defence was good yesterday, attack wasn't. Sometimes if the attack's good, the defence isn't. But I'm confident that we can get the defence and the attack working in one unit. So I'm still prepared to stick with Lampard and give him that time that he needs for the squad to gel. So if we can try and get a settled side for the next few games, then I think that we can see a lot of brighter stuff in the future. So I keep saying it, guys, let's be patient. Let's see what happens. If I'm having the same conversation a few weeks down the line, 8, 10 or 15 games, 20 games in, where Lampard is playing players out of position, where results are not going our way, where we can't see a consistent pattern of play, then I'll put my hand up and say, yeah, I think it's time to question whether he's the right man for the job. But I'm hoping that I'm going to be the one who's telling you guys, I told you so. And if it does go wrong, I'm not afraid to put up my hand and say, yeah, maybe I was wrong to back him. But I'm a man who always tries to back the manager, whoever it is, give him the time that he needs, and then I'll still be critical where you need to be critical. But I'm not going to be reactionary like some of our fan base. So onwards and upwards. We've got a difficult one against Manchester United coming up. Until the next video, take care, and don't forget, guys, to like, subscribe and turn on all post notifications. Okay, see you later. Bye bye.